Nothing here is trying to impress you, and somehow that's what makes it special.
What's up, guys? How are you doing? The visa run is complete and we are back in Dien Bien, Vietnam, in the Quang Nam province. But as you guys know, we're right in between Da Nang and Hoi An. We did the visa run. We went to Guangzhou, China, Hong Kong, and Taipei, Taiwan. If you haven't seen those videos, go ahead and check out our page and watch them, because we had an absolute blast. China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan completely blew our minds. We were really impressed. It was super fun. So we'll put the link in the description and you guys can check those out. But we're here back in our village, in our apartment. We've already shown you guys the cost of living. We've shown you the market. We've shown you our apartment. But what we haven't shown you is the village, Dien Bien, and the surrounding area of our apartment, and kind of just how it is everyday normal life. So we're gonna walk around. We're gonna hopefully interact with some locals that we have often seen out here. Today is a Monday, so people are kind of busy, but we're gonna show you guys what life in a village is in Dien Bien. So welcome back. Thank you for watching, and here we go. So here, guys, we're like only 50 meters away from our apartment. Here is what you would call the main road. If you go down all the way down this road, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's the bridge. That takes you to the main stretch that's parallel with the ocean. And that'll actually, if you go left, north, it'll take you to Da Nang. And if you go right, south, it takes you to Hoi An. As you can see, there is construction going on. They are building here. They've been working on this place quite diligently. This place has been completely redone in probably a month's time. And we are praying that it becomes a cafe or coffee shop, because although we can get coffee locally, we don't have really a cafe or place to hang out at unless you want to just sit in a little chair on the side of the road. So we're hoping that that's what it's going to be. We don't know, we shall see. But as you can see, that place was a shell like a month ago, and they've done a lot of work. So Em and I are really hoping we can get some nice, awesome salted coffee and enjoy ourselves on the main roads. Here last night, this place seems to be pretty popular. They have like what we have, weddings or parties, and they just set this up a couple days ago, and then last night, actually all day yesterday, there was karaoke and music you could probably hear 5 kilometers away. And boy, do they love their karaoke and loud music. That is one thing.
It was a wedding. The girl that I do my nails,
yeah,
I saw on Instagram, she posted a photo here with her husband, and they were in a wedding.
Yeah, so one thing is you know, Dien Bien's a pretty close-knit village, so if there's an event that's going on, especially this big in nature, you can guarantee that everybody and their grandma is going to be here. And trust me, we're less than 100 meters away, and they were blasting this at 7 in the morning until about 10 o'clock at night. So it must have been a hell of a party. We thought about coming out, but we weren't invited, and who knows how that would have been. I probably would have ended up leaving with 30 Tiger beers in my stomach, the way the Vietnamese want to party.
Very interesting decoration.
Yeah, and you could bet there was probably hundreds of people here.
I think this was higher.
Yeah, I think
it's very low, huh?
Mother Nature probably got a hold of it a little bit, but in Vietnam the people aren't the tallest. so we're gonna walk down a little bit more down the main street. This is usually where we go. You'll see up ahead there's some convenience stores. We call them convenience stores, but the thing is, here all down the main street, it seems to be like most locals, every 50 meters or so, they all have kind of like their own little shops, and they sell kind of, whether it be beer, cigarettes, just little knick-knack type items you get. Maybe some oil for cooking food, noodles, rice, eggs. We get our eggs over here. Just knick-knack snack stuff that you can get along the way. So, but they're everywhere. And it seems they're kind of attached to their house. So like in the front, you'll have the store. And it's like, we'll show you once we get up there. And then behind it is the house. So just a little way to make some extra money and sell goods to people going back and forth on the traffic of the main street. Hello.
What's the name?
John, what's yours? Nice to meet you. Have you? That's one thing about the kids in Vietnam. They are the absolute adorable. They're so sweet, so friendly and talkative. So here's one of the stores we come and get. Like I said, here you get all kinds of snacks, sweets, drinks. Hello, xin chào. They even got, it looks like, fireworks, raincoats, which actually we need to buy some raincoats, babe, huh? We tore our raincoats, and as you know, in Vietnam it rains quite frequently, so we need a new pair. Just make sure one's big enough for me.
Take this one?
Yeah, if it's big.
But we have the other.
Yeah. Make sure, yeah, just ask her if it's big enough for me. One size.
One size, baby.
Uh-oh.
That's how we had the
Is
other
it?
time. So.
There, one for me? For my size? Big? Big? Big.
Good for him?
Yeah?
Two?
So as you can see, in here they carry some other little goods. Crackers, all kinds of drinks, noodles, oils. We come here for our soy sauce, get jugs of water, and beer. There's definitely never a shortage of beer.
40 for one?
For both.
No, one, she said.
Okay, I think we're either paying 40 for one or 80 for both. I'm not sure.
80 for both.
I mean, it's still cheap. Sometimes we may get the foreigner tax from the locals, but generally they give us really good fair prices. So anything that helps support our fellow Dien Bon locals, who cares? I'd rather give them more money than give it to some mainstream place. So come on, bye bye. So down all the way down this street, as I showed you down that way where the bridge is, that takes you parallel with the ocean, and left goes Da Nang, right goes Hoi An. And if you go down this way, it's the same thing, but it's a more of a locals parallel road. And we'll take you down there eventually. We go to this local place and get some good lunch, so we will have to show you that part later. But it just goes all the way down. This is where locals transit to and from. And there's another little locals convenience store that's pretty much basically the same type of stuff they sell. So, and then right there, there's the guys that hang out and shoot pool. And then the kids are coming back from school and whatnot. Usually right there you can see the guys hang out. They're drinking beer, smoking cigs, and shooting billiards. Oftentimes they're hello. Oftentimes they're yelling and wanting me to come over there and hang out, but I can't leave Emma. And a high probability of me leaving drunk off a bunch of Tiger beer after playing several games of pool billiards is very likely. Look at these guys. And ironically, they're using the crosswalk. It's crazy. These guys don't get ran over. You see all these people crossing, so I don't know what they're yelping at here. Hey guys, you might want to get out of the road here. It's a little dangerous. Yeah, uh-oh, is he gonna attack me?
What we have noticed in Vietnam is that people here don't have time. They do whatever they want at every time of the day. They wake up at 7 in the morning, start
Earlier than that.
Yeah.
They're like up at 4:35 in the morning.
Yeah. We met a local and they told us that government has made a rule now that people can't sing any more karaoke from midnight to 7 a.m. in the morning. So during the night, it's nighttime, relaxing time for everyone. From tourists, for tourists, for locals, everyone can sleep.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Hello. How are you? John, what's your name? Oh, I don't know how to say that. What? I say again? How? What? Your name? Bang.
Where you from?
America. Bye-bye. Good to meet you. So yeah, like Emma was saying, one thing is, man, in Vietnam, they will karaoke Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it is so loud.
And another thing that we have noticed is that people can drink beers at any time of the day and play pool any time of the day. We were walking one day at 7 o'clock in the morning. There were a bunch of guys drinking beers and playing pool like a normal thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a daily occurrence here. We're not really sure how the workflow goes. Some people are busy all the time, and then some guys and gals perhaps have extra free time, or maybe they don't have work, or who knows how it goes. But surely the fellas, if there's not much to do, they're drinking beer and shooting pool and singing or whatnot. So as you can see right through here, this is actually our apartment building right there. We're on the 5th floor. So, and this is about as local as you can get, where all the locals come to and from.
It's a beautiful road, even this side.
Yeah.
It's all with trees, with flowers.
Yeah, it stays pretty busy. There's a lot of villager traffic that comes through here.
Gives like a jungle vibe.
Yeah, it really does. What you guys can see right here is there's kind of like a pond slash lily pad lake, and when it rains, obviously the water really rises, but you could kind of see up here, you see all the, I guess you call those elephant ears, or I'm not sure what kind of plants those are. Drop in the comments if you know what they are, but that is all water that's actually below there. So I'm sure there's ginormous frogs and snakes everywhere around here. We actually, after heavy rainfalls, we go for walks, and we've seen several snakes cross the road. It seems the frogs and snakes get flooded out, so they're scrambling everywhere. Hello. Hello. Kids are so awesome. And then look at this right here down this road. We have a temple or prayer area, I believe. It's never been open when we come here, so it's kind of hard to show you through the gate. This is where I think they had that big festival party and where they burned all that stuff on the side here. So
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Actually, before we left, 1 week maybe before we left, was like a ceremony they were doing in here. It lasted like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
They were singing, yeah, eating here. I don't know what else, because I don't want to be wrong and say things that
had a
we
big
don't
bonfire.
know.
They were.
But the last day they started a big fire there somewhere, and was like the ending of the ceremony. We don't know what it was and for what it was the ceremony. So if someone have the information, let us know in the comment.
See, what's interesting about Dien Bon is it has deep Champa roots. Long before Vietnam, the area was influenced by ancient Champa civilization, which shaped early trade, religion, and architecture across central Vietnam. So Dien Bon is very unique to its location and the history that comes with it. Hello.
Hello.
Another interesting thing about Dien Bon and where we're at, it has a strategic location between heritage hubs. As we've mentioned, it sits right between Hoi An and Da Nang, which makes it a historic crossroads for trade, farming, and movement rather than tourist center itself.
Hi. Some are shy and don't talk. The other ones aren't.
And as you can see most people here are generational, and there's a very tight-knit community here, and that's kind of why we feel so much love and we're so much appreciation even staying here as foreigners. You could really feel the tight-knit and the closeness of the community. Okay, so here is that lily pond that we were talking about. It's a little bit better view. I'm not sure if we're going in someone's backyard or not.
That's what I was.
But we want to show you just how beautiful this area could be. I think
we are at someone home, but
yeah.
Let's show this part. It's beautiful.
The interesting thing about Dien Bon is it was really right in the middle of the French colonial war and the Vietnam War, and it was heavily affected. But what makes Dien Bon really unique is they kind of just quietly rebuilt themselves without ever getting commercialized. They've kind of just stayed true to who they are. Within generations have been passed on. They still stick to farming. There's that local kind of energy that's here, and it never really got commercialized. Although we've shown you videos, if you haven't looked in the past, of the ghost town, it seems like they've tried to do that, but the locals and the heritage of Dien Bon have kind of just still prevailed to maintain a pretty quiet, peaceful place. Here's another part as we're just walking down the local road. We haven't translated that yet, but it looks like they're welcoming in the new year of 2026. I'm not sure if this is some sort of compound or something where they maybe hold local community events or what, but it's huge. Doesn't really look like it's been touched too much, but they got all the festival flags and stuff here. So if you know what this says and what the sign said, go ahead and drop in the comments, let us know. As you can see over here, there's all the farming. This is why we love going to local markets, guys. When we talk about getting fresh fruits and vegetables, it doesn't get any more fresh. Here further down the path is what looks to be another temple. Yeah, very beautiful inside. We won't go in there, but not properly dressed. And if you look over here, you can see what they're trying to do is they're clearing more roads and doing more development, which it's always kind of just half-assed done. They'll start a project, make some roadways, and then kind of just vanish. And if you haven't watched our prior video of the ghost town or ghost city, go back and then watch that video and you'll see how they start a lot of these projects and then it just completely flops and everybody vanishes and they just leave it for years. So it's very bizarre, but that seems to be a growing trend in Vietnam. Speaking of the agriculture and growing, another beautiful garden. I don't know what they're growing over there. If you know, drop in the comments. But it is very beautiful and manicured. More gardening. It's got it growing over. But you go down this path, you'll see everybody pretty much grows something, and they'll either bring it to the local market or it's just sustainability for the family. But the community definitely works together. You'll see almost every house we go to down this path, look how beautifully situated the garden is.
I've just planted it.
Yeah,
Looks like mint.
mint.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful house, beautiful garden, planting all kinds of stuff. Got a cactus here. Very nice, very beautiful. And you'll see this all the way down this pathway. I mean, this is about as local village feel you can get. That's what we love Dien Bon. And it's not often they see foreigners, especially coming down here. This is definitely the locals' path. But everybody's super friendly and always kind to us. And since we've been here for what feels like forever now, it's only been like maybe 4 months.
And maybe we are the only ones that walk in here because you see everyone riding a motorbike and going, working, or what they have to do.
Yeah.
And we are the only ones that walk, and we use this like a walking path for a little bit of cardio.
Yeah, motorbike is definitely the way of transportation. You're not going to see too many people walking unless they absolutely have to. There's another local house. There's the guard dog. Oh God, don't attack us. Yeah, there's more of the pond that we spoke of. You see the lilies. I'd imagine there's turtles, bullfrogs, snakes, you name it inside of here. I'm not sure how deep it goes, but with all the rain, probably could be insane during sometimes. Oh wow, look at this, guys. Again, another beautiful garden full of vegetables. They did the trenches for the irrigation. Look how just uniform and manicured it looks. I mean, they probably tend to this every single day. But what I like even more is look at that old dilapidated building. I mean, I can only imagine how old that structure is there.
You think this thing in here is for watering, or?
I think so. I think it's definitely tied to the irrigation. I think it helps spread out the water maybe during a dry season. I don't, is there even?
They have a boat there.
Yeah. I don't know if there is such thing as a dry season in Vietnam as much as it rains here, but this is very beautiful. And I actually kind of love the dilapidated old building there. It's probably 100+ years old, who knows. But another beautifully manicured garden full of veggies and goodness. Look at those beautiful red flowers. Someone's house. Hopefully they don't get mad that we're showcasing everything.
So all this road, as you see, is full with bananas and coconut trees, and the coconuts are full with coconuts water.
So here's what you notice right out of our apartment is we actually have a restaurant that's right next door. This place usually hosts a lot of parties, weddings, birthdays, and believe it or not, we've actually never come down here and eaten here, but we do plan to. So, but it's very beautiful. They have a area outdoor where you could sit, have a bonfire going a lot. They'll be blasting some music here. We haven't tried the cuisine here. Usually it's kind of like a group party type thing that they host. We're not sure if it's actually like a restaurant or if they just do groups and parties and ceremonies and things of that nature, but perhaps one of these days soon we will come down here and we will vlog what it is to eat at a restaurant at our apartment. So that, guys, was the trip around Dien Bon and around our local village and our apartment. You got to see kind of what we get to see and enjoy every single day. It's awesome. So we're going to be in Vietnam. We did a single entry visa, came back this time. We're going to be here till mid-March, and we're going to focus on all the places within Vietnam. Some are going to be tourist locations, some maybe we're going to go off the beaten path. So if there's anything specific that you'd be interested in seeing us or visit, whether it be locals, chime in the comments, let us know a place that we can go and check out. We're down with checking out anywhere that's even not a touristy location. We'll go anywhere. So we got 3 months. We're going to hit some new spots, all Vietnam. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. We'd love to hear from you folks. We appreciate you for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will see you again in the next adventure. Thanks for watching.